Guyana's Foreign Affairs Minister dismisses the international community's criticism of the current political climate. And in sport, Barbados Tridents score a 7-wicket victory over Trinbago Knight Riders in the CPL. I'm Ricardo Roberts, and this is Caribbean in 10 for Thursday, October 3. I'll be back with the details after the break.
So I've always wanted to know, how do you actually do it? How do you really do the online miracle business, especially something that involves residual income? That's the key.
Okay, so there's two questions there. So the first question is how did I get into it?
Yes.
Well, I lived my passion for 16 years. So when I stopped my sport, I had actually lost my 4th Olympic child to the same girl.
So as far as your artistry is concerned, oh my gosh, you have another song that you want to talk about, and it's entitled
Don't Throw It All Away. That's one of the songs that I had I did on my EP.
Don't Throw It All Away.
Yeah, that's a really, really good one too. It talks about not throwing your passions away. Like if you're going through a struggle, pretty much, don't throw your dreams away. Keep going, keep driving, keep being persistent. It may take time to get there, but you will eventually get there.
Guyana's Foreign Affairs Minister Dr. Karen Cummins says the agitation by some international partners surrounding the country's current political climate is uncalled for. Cummins says now that President David Granger has named a date for the polls and the opposition accepting that date, there is clearly no need for sanctions against Guyana over elections. We get more in this NCN News report.
Organization of American States, the Commonwealth, as well as diplomats from the United States, European Union and United Kingdom called on government to adhere to its constitutional mandate following the December 21 no-confidence motion and subsequent court rulings. Speaking at a news conference, Minister of Foreign Affairs Dr. Karen Cummins stated that the positions taken by the foreign powers were largely based on misperceptions of the real political situation in Guyana.
You know, because what happens, you know, people like to take first jump. And so our opposition leader would have been, sending out signals, proffering different statements and so forth. So what you've heard of first, that's what you may want to react to. But when they would have looked and see Guyana, we're going ahead with our development agenda. And, it's business as usual, so to speak.
The minister said the government is making a concerted effort to obey the rule of law while noting that everyone is free to express their opinion. However, the foreign minister said it must not be done at the level of interference in the internal affairs of one's country.
So, I don't think we need sanctions at this point in time because we're very peaceful citizens. We strive to ensure that we don't interfere in other person's territory. We maintain our territorial integrity and our sovereignty.
Among the calls by the international partners were for the president to proclaim an election date at the earliest possible time. He has since done so, naming March 2, 2020 as the official date for regional and general elections.
Barbados Prime Minister Mia Mottley has signaled Barbados's commitment to meeting the 2030 global deadline to reduce its greenhouse gas emissions by half. Addressing a renewable energy conference on Wednesday, Mottley said by next year, Barbados must submit its nationally determined contributions for seeking to reduce its contribution to greenhouse gas emissions by that time. She acknowledged that 2030 is an ambitious deadline, but said time is running out.
We recognize that there are some carve-outs with respect to cruise ships and airlines. But we equally recognize that we live in a world now where multinational corporations will, at their peril, remain outside of the loop with respect to the changes in technology that are absolutely required to move not just Barbados, but the entire world to as close to a fossil fuel-free existence as possible.
Jamaica's Blue and John Crow Mountains National Park is at risk of losing its UNESCO World Heritage Site designation it earned back in 2015 due to coffee farmers' continued slash and burn practices. The Jamaica Conservation Development Trust, which manages the national park, says it has proof of the catastrophic clearing of land at various sections of the park. JCDT Deputy Chairman Adam Hyde says the forest is being cut daily with chainsaws and there is also evidence of fires. He added that each year it's incremental, so more of the forest of being lost over time. Now, Hyde says UNESCO is concerned about the Trust's ability to protect the national park, and he says the organizations risk losing their status if there is no protection. He explained that most of the coffee farmers have been there long before the area was classified as a protected area, and many of them own their lands, so it complicates the situation. He says the agencies involved have yet to approach the situation with a view to finding a rational, practicable solution. Stay with us, your Midday Sport is next. Barbados Trident successfully chased a modest target of 135 set by the TKR at the Queen's Park Oval to keep their hopes of a top two finish in the round-robin stage of the CPL alive. Johnson Charles struck 5 fours and 2 sixes in a top score of 55 from 47 balls and shared a vital opening of 54 with England opener Alex Hales. The Tridents bowled impressively as they restricted TKR to 134 in their first innings after they chose to bat on a sluggish pitch. Now, Ireland's Harry Gurney returned to flattening the figures of 2 for 14 from his allotted 4 overs to be the pick of the Trident's bowlers and earn the Man of the Match award. In reply, Hales made 33, his best score of the season, to give the innings early momentum before Charles took charge to keep the Tridents on track for their 5th win, and former South Africa left-hander J.P. Dumini and Ashley Nurse kept their nerve to collect the 7 runs needed from the final over, bowled by TKR, and then New West Indies white ball captain Karen Pollard without much alarm. The Knight Riders are now without a win in their last 5 matches after starting the season with 4 straight victories. They now need to beat runaway leaders Guyana Amazon Warriors in the final match of the round-robin phase on Friday at the Guyana National Stadium to edge back above the Tridents and reclaim 2nd place. Meanwhile, unbeaten Guyana Amazon Warriors will not be taking Jamaica Talawas for granted in their clash this evening at Providence. The Warriors will be seeking their 9th straight victory with the hope of cementing their spot in the final, while Talawas will be hoping to get much-needed points to move to the bottom of the table. Warriors head coach Johan Botha is confident about their chances over the Jamaicans.
Now we know which 4 teams will be there coming towards the end of the tournament, but we can't look too far ahead. We still want to play good cricket. We want to compete with Jamaica tomorrow. We still respect them as a team. They obviously do have a good team, and things might not have gone the way they wanted, but we still want to keep playing the way we've played, and like I said, our guys are really looking forward to playing at home again.
And that's Caribbean in 10. Join us again at 6:30 for Caribbean Newsline. Good afternoon.